Okay, well, I got a question here, so I'm just going to go ahead and read it. I have one little minor disaster here. The TV's HDMI cable is among the missings. I have to go to Wally World and pick up a cable. Where it disappeared to, I have no idea. Anyway, onwards to the question. Namaste, Swamiji. There was a question here. We waste so many hours in sleeping and no sadhana can be done at that time. I recently read a book on Tibetan dream yoga, but my tiny brain couldn't understand. So could you please tell if there is a way to sleep in awareness to use the dream state for spiritual growth? Many ancient texts talk about, but not much detail. Your wisdom and insight on this topic to use dreams as tools for sadhana would be extremely helpful. Well, the more one is drawn into, being aware of the moment, to be continually aware of this moment rather than projecting or lapsing into, remembrances, etc. And the more that Kundalini is awakened and starts to move and progress, you'll reach a natural part in your sadhana where it will become natural to be awake and aware while you're sleeping. Okay. But this is not something that you just start out and you learn. This comes as a natural progression in your spiritual journey. When it comes to that time and you need to be progressing and be aware of that, it'll open up. Okay, it spontaneously opens at that point. Okay, if it hasn't opened, then you're not to that point yet, so don't worry about it. Okay. Do the sadhana that you have, and when you get ready, this being aware during dream state will rise up. Now, when it first opens up, it is the craziest thing, because you'll be sitting there and all of a sudden you hear yourself snoring. Wait a minute. I don't snore. Well, apparently I do, So you'll have those types of cognitions at first, and then it's called a lucid dream state. You're aware, and at that point you can fly in your dreams, you can do all sorts of things in them. And it's just there again to show you that reality, the so-called reality, is based on your consciousness and your ideation, your consciousness. Okay. But again, that's something that passes. It's there for a short time when it's needed, and then it goes. So again, not something to strive for. Okay. Better to strive to learn to be aware of this moment, and then to look and see, watch what you're doing, watch how you're acting, reacting in the world, and then question that. Go deeper, question who and what you are and what you're not. Again, if you're on a path to discover that great is, the divine is, and you want to reach realization, okay, then watch, contemplate, and see whatever is transient cannot be the eternal is. Okay. So you develop that practice of neti. Whatever arises and moves is not that divine is. I don't care how many gods and goddesses you see in visions, etc. I don't care how real they appear on the surface. They come and go. That is not the eternal is. That's another projection. Okay. So this is a process of stripping bare, layer by layer, like an onion, until you get to that which does not move, which does not change, which is eternally the same. Okay, so I hope that's helped. Again, lucid dream states, not something to strive for. When you're ready for it, it'll appear, and you'll see what you need to see. You'll have the experiences you need to have. And when you're in the lucid dream state, it can be just as real feeling as what you are seeing while you're awake. Okay, it can seem that it has just as much substance, even though you're able to do really crazy things. Now, I remember during lucid dream states, I had some very interesting visions and other things that happened during that time. But one of the best ones, besides flying, was being in this, like it was like where all these people were living, but it was in this water, by this waterway. And these waterways, you could just swim and endlessly without needing to breathe. You could go and you look down into this waterway, and it was endless. There was no bottom to it. And it was the clearest, bluest water you'd ever see, pristine water. And it's like flying, but you're in this water, going through these waterways, seeing all of these different things as you're traversing it. And there was some point to it at the time, although now, that time has passed, and at the time it was very, it was really something that seemed very important at the time. Anyway, it opened up another ideation, another cognition, another insight, another awareness. Okay, but again, one just keeps going and keeps going until you reach realization where everything deconstructs into that divine is. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here. Thank you for your question.